Well, hello and welcome back to Lab Cyber. Hope you're staying safe and well wherever you are. It's been quite a while since I uploaded a video here on YouTube, but today I have a very special video because this video is actually taken from one of my courses where I talk about personal cybersecurity. So in this lesson, I discuss all the major steps that I take to protect myself and my data from hackers and malware on the internet. It's very personal, but I wanted to share this video with everyone other than my students on Lab Cyber, on Udemy, wherever. I wanted to share the same content with people here on YouTube as well because I feel it's very important, and I believe that anyone who watches this lesson will benefit greatly from it. So sit back, relax. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions or comments, put them down in the comment section below. I'll do my very best to answer them as soon as I can. And of course, share this video with anyone whom you'd feel might benefit from learning about personal cybersecurity. So without much further ado, sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy the video. Alright, so welcome to this very special video where I would like to talk to you on a very personal level. This course is all about personal cybersecurity, and I want to show you the things that I do personally to protect myself, protect my data from malware and hackers. Now, this is not the complete guide on how Alex protects himself, but these are the major points. And throughout this course, we're going to talk about all these things in more depth. But what I want to do here is to give you a quick summary, because I feel that condensing all of these tools and applications into one single video would also be very effective. All right, so let's start off first of all with emails. Emails play a very important part in our daily lives. And when it comes to email accounts, I have 3 email accounts. I have my work email that I use for everything work related. I have an account with Google, a Gmail account that I would use with my friends, family. If I need to sign up on websites where I visit quite often and I really do care about that website, I would use my Gmail account, right? But then I also have my Yahoo account that I use for experiments. If I need to sign up to a website just to see what's going on in there as an experiment, I would use Yahoo. I would also use my Yahoo account because sometimes you may want to read an article on the internet on a particular website, and then that website will require that you're actually logged in, that you actually have an account. For those kinds of websites, I would use Yahoo for such. So it's kind of like my guinea pig kind of email account. It's an account I really don't care that much about, and yeah, that's what I use Yahoo for. So that's it. I do have 3 email accounts: work email, Gmail, and of course Yahoo Mail. Speaking of emails, phishing. Very important. Phishing emails are becoming more and more sophisticated. If you don't know what a phishing email is, don't worry. We'll talk about them later on in this course. But please be very wary about phishing emails. When you receive an email from Microsoft, from PayPal, from Stripe, from Facebook, from whatever, claiming that, oh, they've detected suspicious activity in your account, you need to log in, blah, stuff like that, do not fall for it. Always keep in mind that hackers who use phishing emails would always try to scare you. When you receive an email that's very scary, think twice. Is this legit or not? If you're not entirely sure whether it's a phishing email or if it's actually real, do not log in directly from the email. Go to the website, like for example with PayPal, go to paypal.com and then log in there. Don't log in from the link provided in the email. Please be very wary of phishing emails. They're becoming more dangerous, more advanced. Be very wary. Okay. When it comes to using the internet, I use the Brave browser. I use Chrome if I want to work with my Gmail account or YouTube because it's easy. You sign up once and then you have access to your YouTube account and of course your Gmail account. So I would use Gmail for YouTube and for my Gmail. Everything else internet related, I use the Brave browser. We'll talk about Brave in more details later on in this course. And then of course I also use a VPN service. I use NordVPN. I think in my humble opinion, they're the best VPN provider in the world. That's just my own opinion. Now, I don't use a VPN all the time. I'm at home right now. I'm not going to use a VPN. I don't need to. However, if I'm in a coffee shop, I'm at the airport, or I'm using any kind of public Wi-Fi out there, I will use my NordVPN. I've got NordVPN not just on my computer, but also on my mobile device as well. The only instance where I would use NordVPN at home is if I'm trying to watch Netflix and I want to get content from like another country, then I would use my NordVPN service. We'll talk about NordVPN a bit later in the course. Now, at this point, let me just quickly mention one thing about personal cybersecurity. Becoming cybersecurity conscious is a way of life. It's a process. Okay? The very first time you use a VPN, it might seem kind of awkward. You know, we're so used to just jumping on the internet immediately, right? But now before you can use the internet, you have to launch your VPN, you have to connect, and then you can use the internet, right? So it's like a step before actually using the internet. It might seem strange the first time, the second time, the third time, but I guarantee you that if you begin doing these things, using the Brave browser, using the VPN, all these kinds of things, when you begin to do this on a consistent basis, it will become part of your life. It will become like a force of habit. You won't even have to think. Many times when I go to the coffee shop right now or the airport, without thinking, I'm launching my VPN. It's part of me right now at this point. That's exactly how personal cybersecurity is. It becomes your way of life. You become you don't even have to think about it anymore. You just do this thing. So please keep it consistent. The first few weeks can be tough, because you're doing all these things that you're not used to. But please, if you're really concerned, if you really care about your personal cybersecurity, do these things, and in time, it'll become second nature to you. Okay, let's move on. Next here is two-factor authentication methods. Whether it's my banking account, my Facebook account, my Gmail account, whatever, I always deploy two-factor authentication whenever possible. There's generally two ways of doing this. You can either get your SMS text on your phone, which is the second factor. It's not the best way to do so. The better way would be to use an authentication application on your phone. So for very, very important websites, your bank account, your social media accounts, your email accounts, if there's the possibility to sign up for two-factor authentication, please do so. Okay, you're much better off with a two-factor authentication than just a single-factor authentication. It's not enough to have a username and a very, very strong password. Try to incorporate a two-factor authentication whenever possible. Very, very important. We'll talk about this a bit more in the course later. Now, flash drives. Okay, you can't see my laptop, but it's right here. I never, ever plug in someone else's hard drive or flash drive on my computer. I don't care where that flash drive is from. I don't care if it was scanned for viruses only yesterday or only an hour ago. I never plug in any external hard drives or flash drives on my computer except those that are mine. Okay? Please try to do the same thing as well. Do not plug in anyone else's hard drive, flash drive, USB drive, whatever. If you must, of course, please do scan them thoroughly before you open up the contents of the hard drive on your computer. Very, very important. Let's close that. Backups. Backups are essential. If you're somebody who deals with lots of content and the content is very, very important to you, please make backups. Now, how do I have my own backups? As you're well aware, I'm a course creator. I create lots of video content. I store my videos with Vimeo. I'm not saying they're the best, but they do the job quite well. So I store all my video content in Vimeo. I have an account with Google Drive where I store things like documents, PDF files, also some videos and some audio files as well. But in addition to that, I also have my Passport hard drive. This is the hard drive that contains all my most important documents right here. So even if by some miracle I lose access to my Google Drive account, my Vimeo account, I have everything in here. This is actually 4 terabytes hard drive. And the best thing about this particular hard drive, it's my Passport hard drive. The best thing about it is that all the data in here is encrypted. Before I can actually view the contents of this hard drive, I have to provide a password, which of course I have set for myself. So even if this gets stolen, they will not be able to access my hard drive unless they can provide the password that I use to encrypt the contents of my hard drive. So I'll encourage you to also get yourself an external hard drive and store your most important content in there. You never know what can happen. Your computer could crash one day, you could lose your data. Please have backups. Backups are like insurance. Very, 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 very vital, very, very important. Okay, let's close that one. Mobile applications. Yeah. I use a Samsung Android mobile phone. If you're watching this, you probably use Android as well. You might be using iOS, which is perfectly fine as well. However, you want to be very, very careful about the applications installed on your phone. If there are any applications that you don't use or you use very sparingly, delete them. The less applications you have on your phone, the better. Do the assignment right now. Go through your phone. If there are any applications you haven't used in the last 3 months, delete them. You're probably not going to use them anytime soon. Delete them. If you ever need to use them again, you can always install them back. It won't take more than 5 minutes to install an application from the App Store or the iOS Store anyways. Okay, so please get rid of mobile applications that you're not using on your phone. Signing up for notifications. I don't care whether it's for your bank account, your personal website, whatever. If you have the opportunity to sign up for notifications so that the application on that website or that particular app will send you a notification when something major happens, like maybe somebody withdrew money or somebody accessed the website with the admin account, things like that, sign up for the notifications. They're very, very important. It might seem kind of stressful receiving emails with all these notifications, but please, prevention is better than cure. When you are aware of what's actually happening on your website, with your bank account, with your PayPal account, with your social media accounts, it's much better than you not actually knowing what's going on before it's too late. So please sign up for notifications whenever you can. With my banking account in particular, I have notifications for everything. If somebody sends me money, if I withdraw money, whatever, I must always receive a notification so I know, okay, it's actually me who did that and approve of the transaction. So please sign up for notifications whenever you can. Now, Ridge Wallet. You may know this particular wallet. Let me show you. It's the Ridge Wallet. I don't know if you can see that. It's the Ridge Wallet, and this is actually it right here. I've been using this wallet for about 6 months now, and I was actually introduced to this wallet from some of my favorite YouTubers. Apparently, Ridge, they support many of my favorite YouTube content creators as well. So I got myself a Ridge Wallet, and what I love about the Ridge Wallet is the fact that it can protect your debit cards or your credit cards from being scanned. And let me give you a very, very, very quick story of what happened to me back in Brazil last year in the year 2019. I got to Rio de Janeiro for the very first time. I used my debit card in the ATM, one of the ATMs in the airport, withdrew some money, went to my hotel. A few days later, it turns out that somebody somehow had actually gotten all the details of my debit card, despite the fact that I never used my card again after withdrawing money from the ATM. How they were able to get the credentials of my debit card, the number, the PIN, everything, how they were able to do so was because they had a scanner somewhere in the airport or whatever, and they were able to get all the information from my card. Thankfully, my bank was able to detect them trying to buy drinks at a nightclub. And because the bank knew that Alex doesn't normally spend his money on drinks at the nightclub, they blocked the transaction and I was notified. So ever since that happened, I started using the Ridge Wallet to protect my card from scanners. I am not an affiliate for them. I'm not trying to advertise them, but it works for me and it may work for you as well. So if you're able to get yourself on any kind of card, it doesn't have to be the Ridge Wallet specifically, but any kind of wallet that can protect your debit cards from being scanned, please go for them. Very, 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 very good thing to have for you. All right, let me close this one. All right, we're almost at the end. Next here is keeping your personal information secure. Now, this has to do with you providing your name, your phone number at events or at certain places. It happens a lot. You may go to some sort of event where, maybe it's for charity or maybe it's a kid's party or whatever. And, they're saying, oh, we need your phone number, your name so we can send you some stuff, blah, 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 blah. Please stop providing your real name and stop providing your phone number for such things like that. Unless it is absolutely important that you use your real name and your real phone number, don't. Provide them with a fake name, provide them with a fake phone number, Why do they need your phone number? It's all bogus. Don't provide them with your real phone number. Don't provide them with your real name. Try to keep your personal information secure as much as possible. Only give out your social security number, your debit card number, your name, your phone number, things like that. Only do so when you absolutely have to do so and you trust whoever you're giving the information to. Other than that, keep your personal information secure at all times. Last but not least, ethics and social media. I'm going to talk about this a lot more in the course, but very, very briefly, when it comes to you sharing your opinion on certain issues, whether it's politics, religion, abortion, things like that, on social media, be very careful. In fact, I will suggest that you keep your opinions to yourself. You're more than welcome to share your opinions with your family and friends or over the dinner table. You can have one-on-one conversations with them. That's perfectly fine. But when you spend your time arguing with strangers on the internet about whether or not Donald Trump is the worst president or whether or not abortion should be legal or whatever, I guarantee you that you're wasting your time. You're never going to convince the other person that you're right and they're wrong. And guess what? They too will not be able to convince you that they are right and that you're wrong. You're just wasting time. Second is the fact that when you spend your time on social media, voicing your opinion on very, very important matters, you're leaving yourself a digital footprint that can be used against you later on in life. You never know, maybe you might be somebody who runs for office at some point in your future. You never know. All these things you put on Twitter, on Facebook, they can come back to haunt you because, number three, you might actually end up changing your opinion on some of the things you believe in right now. It happened to me a few years ago. There was something I used to believe in very, very strongly until I actually changed my opinion and realized that, I've been wrong all along. I don't need to tell you what it is, but it happened to me. It could also happen to you as well. So please, when it comes to you voicing your opinion on very, very, very important, sensitive subjects, think twice about posting them online. In a perfect world, we as human beings, we should be able to have rational debates about different kinds of topics, okay? This is my opinion, that's your opinion, and then we can agree to disagree, we can have healthy conversations. Unfortunately, we don't live in such a world. We live in a world where just because you have a different political opinion to someone else, you might get harassed, you might even get fired from your place of work. It happens all the time. All the time. So please, before you comment or you share a post on a very, very sensitive subject on the internet, on social media in particular, think twice. What am I gaining from this? What am I going to gain from this? Think twice. So that's it for my own, the personal steps that I take to protect myself and my data, my debit card, everything on the internet. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let's now continue with the rest of the course. All right, so welcome back to YouTube. I hope you enjoyed the lesson where I just discussed all the major steps that I take to personally protect myself from hackers and malware on the internet. Now, like I said, the lesson is actually taken from one of my courses on personal cybersecurity. So if you're interested in taking the full course, I will have the link in the description box below. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you know of anyone who might benefit from this video, please do share the video with them. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Subscribe, hit the bell so that you're notified whenever I upload a new lesson here on YouTube. So I'm Alex from Lab Cyber. Thank you so much for watching the video, and of course I will see you next time. Stay safe out there and keep protecting yourself from hackers and malware. Stay safe. I'll see you soon. Bye.